our exercise off and find a warm place. Quickly looking at your observations. Again, soil color, compare this spot compared to the other spot. Is it the same or is it different? Different. It's a little bit lighter. Why?
Less organic matter.
Less organic matter, very good. Why is there less organic matter?
Terrible. More tillage.
There's no grass either.
Yeah, because the crop. Why is there a crop here which makes as a result that you have less organic matter?
Take it off.
Exactly, because you remove the organic matter from the field. So that's one reason. You have less inputs of organic matter. What's another reason why their organic matter content here is less?
Tillage.
Tillage. What's the consequence of tillage?
Aeration of the...
Yeah, you just aerate the soil actually, you break it up, you make the organic matter accessible, you add oxygen so it decomposes. So it's logical. It's maybe a little bit less here. It's still dark. If you look at it you say, well, it's quite dark actually, but it's relative. That's why I asked you to take some soil with it, because that's easier to compare. Okay, what about soil structure? Is it the same? Is it a higher number or a lower number?
Lower.
Lower. So the structure here is less good. Maybe 1 or 1.5. Okay? Why?
Tillage again.
Tillage again, yes. Tillage makes that you get larger clumps of soil. Maybe also maybe some denser particles. What else?
Less worms as well.
Yeah, we have to relate already to another aspect, which is less worms. Did you find less worms?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, very good. So that's an aspect. Less worms means less biological activity, means that there are no small aggregates being formed there. Yeah? Biological activity is very important to form your soil aggregates. In the lack of soil biological activity, you get these large clumps and they remain intact. Why do we have so little or less earthworms here compared to the other spot?
Less organic matter.
Yeah, less organic matter. Okay, so less food maybe.
Yeah.
That's one. What's the other one? Sorry? They've been chopped off. Yeah.
And the birds ate it.
They're gone. Because if you go through here with plows and other machinery, you just destroy them physically.
Also the birds eat them. Some of them might not get destroyed, but the birds come and eat them
They're
all.
consumed.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. That's not too much of a problem.
Could have also something to do that this field has been cleared with anything for like 2 months, I think.
Yeah, so you take off the energy source for the earthworms, okay? You destroy them. What's another disadvantage if you cultivate your fields, if you plow it, if you're an earthworm? Why is that not nice?
That you brings up.
Huh? Yeah, because you're accessible for prey, for birds of prey. Okay.
Disturb food web.
Yeah.
Food web disturb.
Disturbed. Yes, and what does it mean?
Microorganisms and some organisms which are available nutrients for plants is not possible.
I'm not sure if I quite understand you, but I may rephrase that. So, there's a pore system, there's a macropore system, an infrastructure you could say in the soil. If you plow that, you cut it off, you destroy that actually. So you make the whole soil system less accessible, you could say, for the earthworms to move around actually. They have to put energy in it to restore actually the pore systems, the macropores, for rooting as well. That's also a problem. But still we plow. Why do we plow? Yeah, for a seedbed, huh? Or to get rid of the weeds, for example. Okay, pores, macropores, did you find the same, less, more?
Less.
A little bit less, yeah? Okay. So that would mean probably that your final score would be lower. What do we get here?
9.5.
9.5?
12.
12? 10?
7.5.
7.5? Okay. So again, there is some variation, but for the group as a whole, average approximately 15 over there. Here it's about 9 to 10. So there's a difference. It's a relative difference, but the subsoil is more or less the same. So that's an important lesson just to be learned from today's exercise actually. We're standing here because this group dug a little bit deeper and they found this stuff. Compared to yesterday, bringing back the story of yesterday, what could this be?
Sand.
Cover sand, yeah. It's the same age as yesterday, Weichsel cover sand. There is some organic matter in it. It's very speckled, very diverse colored, but that's not natural. The people who were here in the last period, you've seen the big profile pits,
Yeah.
right? What happened here in this farm?
The water was making the change of colors because the gray was, for example, when it was no oxygen,
Yep.
and the red was when there was some oxygen and some lack of oxygen as well.
Yeah.
So the water level was affecting the color layers in the soil.
Very good. So that's one aspect. You find orange mottles like this, roestvlekken in Dutch, oxidized iron, and that refers to fluctuating groundwater conditions. If you go deeper, it's completely grey, it's completely reduced, but you have orange colors due to fluctuating groundwater. There's a chemical process behind it. So that's one reason for the color difference. But there's also another reason why we find these darker spots at quite some depths actually.
And then they inverted.
Yeah, that's true. Before making this experimental farm, they decided to homogenize the complete experimental farm of so many hectares, which meant deep plowing, 60 to 70 centimeters depth, completely reversing the soil, draining it, leveling it. So in a way, the whole experimental farm is a little bit of a man-made environment actually. But you need to know that to understand why you have so large variability of soil actually. And that means that the cover sand can be sometimes in some locations very close to the surface and some places not. But you have to dig deep to understand how that looks like. Any questions from here? It's all clear? Yeah, very good. Then we close our VSA session for today, I suppose. Please hand in your forms to